Now to create a general assessment, you press Assessments from the main home screen and press Create Assessment and then go to General. I'm going to go to just the regular general assessment. And basically in here it says Assessment, Title of Assessment. I just tap in there and type in the title. So let's say this is I don't know, some sort of math quiz. I'm just going to get that keyboard down. Math quiz. And subject. These subjects, if I'm using standards that have been brought in from a province or state or country, then these are the subjects that are with those particular standards or outcomes. If I'm not using any standards or outcomes, a different kind of list will come up that you can edit and change and add your own things. In this case, there is an other button at the bottom. So let's say I was doing some kind of language arts and I wanted, instead of having language arts, I wanted a reading assessments and writing assessments separated rather than just all language arts. Then I can select other and just type in what I want. But in this case, it says a math quiz, so I'm just going to go mathematics. And value, it's optional. I don't use it a lot. I tend to just use the rating scale. So I'm going to leave it blank for now. Grade. Now, I teach a 4-5 combined, so when I press this, it gives me the option of both grades. If you're only doing a straight grade, it'll just be grade 4. There won't be an option. But you'll see over here that there's only 4 students here on the side, because there are only 4 students in this fake grade 5 class. 4 or 5 class. So if this assessment was for my grade 4s, I would just select the grade 4s, and then these are my grade 4s. So I'll pretend it's a grade 4 assessment, and the date, tap on it, and just select the month and the day and the year. And if I click this, it just put the current date in automatically. It might be a little faster. Other than that, you just select the date and just tap, and then just tap outside somewhere. Term, so this is term 1. Now there are more options down here that I don't use all the time, but there's assessment type, pre-assessment, initial, mid, final, and a review. There's also an option to edit those values. You can change these. Instead of saying pre-assessment, you can call it something else. So you can get rid of them and shorten them up, have fewer. Just type your own basically by pressing that edit value and backing out, or just using the keyboard to just delete what you don't want. So I'm going to just select this as a pre-assessment. And I do tend to, if I'm going to email the results to parents of the assessment results to parents for this, if it's a pre-assessment, I would probably select this pre-assessment rather than just leaving it blank and not sending it. Because if parents get a result and their child, didn't do well, it's a pre-assessment, it's no issue, right? So parents don't have anything to be concerned about. And I just wouldn't want parents going, oh, my son's not doing well, or my daughter's not doing well. It's just a pre-assessment. And so sometimes I just like to let parents know, hey. And then below, group type, whole class, small group, peer mentoring, individual, what type of grouping this assessment was. And you can edit those values as well. So let's say it's a whole class was doing this. And general information. Well, this is where I type in just basically what kind of assessment it was, what they did, what was required. I'm going to leave that blank for now. And I'm just going to shrink that back up by pressing this options. So now, once I've filled out this first part, again, really you only need this top part, the assessment, the subject, the grade, date, and term. Then I'm going to go next. And this is the rating scale. There's a 2-point rating scale, which is basically yes or no, a 3-point, 4-point, or 5-point. And then you can create your own rating scale as well. Now there's a whole video on how to do this, and change the colors and all that stuff. I'm just going to say this is a yes/no one. It's going to be red and green. And I'm going to just say submit. If I was going to do this for all my grade 4s, I just press submit now. If I only wanted to choose a small group of the grade 4s, I could press this toggle button over here by the students, on top of where the check marks are, and it gets rid of, it toggles back and forth by putting the check mark in for everyone or removing it for everyone. So I remove it and maybe just pick the few students that I wanted to do this assessment for, if I wanted to be specific. Especially if you have a student that's on a IEP or an IPP or whatever, a specialized program, then you sometimes have to do that. So you might just select that one student for this particular assessment. But I'm going to select everyone. So I'm going to toggle, select them all, and press submit. And that's basically it. It'll now create the assessment for all these students. You see here, these are all my grade 4s, math quiz, and I would just now go through and tap whether they get, if yes or no, they got it, they got the concept, or they didn't.